Thank you for joining us for this story from man's history. If you like our channel, please like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications of new releases. Today, we examine the infamous tragedy of the RMS Titanic. On Wednesday, April 10, 1912, shortly after noon, the RMS Titanic set sail, departing from Southampton, England. She was commanded by Captain Edward J. Smith, on this, her maiden voyage across the Atlantic. As senior captain of White Star Line's, Smith, who was, at the time, the highest-paid ship's captain in the world, often commanded the newest vessel in the company. This prestigious voyage was no exception. Also representing those with a vested interest in the ship were White Star Line's managing director, J. Bruce Ismay, and Thomas Andrews, the ship's builder from Harland and Wolff. After making stops in Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, Ireland, the ship made way for New York with 2,240 passengers and crew on board. Among the guests aboard this, the world's most celebrated luxury steamship, were wealthy industrialists, government officials, dignitaries, as well as other celebrities. The wealthiest passenger was 47-year-old John Jacob Astor IV, accompanied by his 18-year-old bride Madeline Talmadge Force. The oldest passenger was 74-year-old Johann Svensson. Also on board were Macy's owner Isidor Straus and his wife, industrialist Benjamin Guggenheim, actress Dorothy Gibson, tennis player Carl Baer, and heiress Margaret "Maggie" Brown. One notable name that was missing from the passenger list was financier and White Star Line owner, J. P. Morgan. Though he attended the launch, he canceled his trip at the last minute, detained by business matters. By far, the largest group aboard were the more than 700 passengers in third class, some of whom had paid less than $20 for their ticket. A coal fire and near collision as the ship got underway cast an ominous shadow on the voyage, but the first 4 days at sea were otherwise uneventful. Though the bridge received reports of ice from other ships, the seas appeared to be calm, and the skies clear. At about 11:30 p.m., off the coast of Newfoundland, a lookout spotted an iceberg ahead of the ship's course. The Titanic was turned, avoiding direct impact, but the jagged ice slashed a 100-yard gash in the ship's hull below the ship's waterline. The compartments quickly began filling with seawater, the pace increasing with every degree of list of the vessel. The evacuation ordered by the captain was confusing and disorganized. Families were separated. The first lifeboat was lowered into the water with only 28 aboard. It was designed to hold 65. Some appeared to accept their fate with dignity. Benjamin Guggenheim stood on the deck dressed in his formal evening wear, prepared to go down with the ship like a gentleman. Band leader Wallace Hartley and his octet remained calm in the face of death, playing bravely until the waters enveloped them. When Hartley's body was later recovered, he was still clutching his violin and a satchel full of sheet music. J. Bruce Ismay, White Star Line's managing director, helped load some of the boats, then stepped onto one as it was lowered. Selfless individuals gave up their seats and safety to remain with loved ones, or to allow another passenger an opportunity to escape. Some claim that the ship's designer, Thomas Andrews, was seen throwing deck chairs into the ocean for passengers to use as floating devices. Though offered a seat, Isidor Straus refused any special consideration because of his age. He and his wife Ida, who would not leave her husband behind, died together inside their cabin. John Jacob Astor was denied an open seat in a lifeboat, because the crew was only allowing women and children on board. Margaret Brown was forced into one of the last lifeboats to leave, after helping many board other boats. As they rowed away, she argued with crewmen, begging them to turn back for survivors, but losing her battle. The RMS Titanic sank in less than 3 hours, shortly after 2 a.m. The Cunard ship, Carpathia, rushed to the scene at full speed, after receiving Titanic's distress call. It spent the early morning hours rounding up lifeboats. In total, they recovered only 706 survivors. Of the 2,240 passengers and crew on board, more than 1,500 lost their lives, making this one of the worst disasters in maritime history. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell. Stay tuned for more videos, coming soon.